Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Donovan Taylor here. I want to do a bit of a breakdown on constructing a major and minor key / scale, yeah? You see a lot of videos and, they're working on harder concepts, but the foundation of actually how you construct and how you obtain a major or minor key is really important, and I feel like it's overlooked a lot. You relate this back to interval concepts, and intervals is a concept in itself that gets lost and it's used in everything, but it's not spoken about a lot. So I'm going to break it down a little bit, and this should be really clear. How are you getting a major and a minor scale after this video? Keep it short. I never do, but I'll try. So you may have heard this before: tone, 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 semitone, blah, 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 all these different formulas. Now, that is how you're actually constructing your major scale in referral to intervals. Some people call tones semitones, some will call it whole half steps, some people will call it minor second, major second, different intervals. I'm going to write it all three ways, and no matter which way we do it, we're going to get the same result, right? Now, let's just for purpose start on C. We know the key of C has no sharps or flats, but we're going to basically prove our own theory, prove our hypothesis that is correct. So let's check this out. So we know we're going to start on C. Now, pretend we don't know our notes of C. We know it's just C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Let's use our tone, tone, semitone theory. So I'm going to write this up. This method: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 and semitone. Now, semitone just stands for the next chromatic note. It's the shortest distance in Western music that we get our notes, right? A tone stands for two of those put together. So we get a full pitch, right? A full extra pitch of distance. So two semitones put together. So C, tone, we get D. D to the next tone, we get E. Now semitone, we know that E doesn't have a sharp, so we go straight to F. Tone to the next, which is going to be G. Tone to the next, which is going to be A. Full tone again, we're going to get B. And a semitone from B. B doesn't have a sharp, so then we get back to C, which is back to home, yeah? Now, that is our C major scale. It doesn't matter what notes I have up here, that formula is going to be consistent. If I started on F sharp, I follow the same process. Obviously the notes are different, but the process isn't. We'll go back and do that in a minute. Okay, so that's our tone, tone, semitone. Now, sometimes you will see this written as whole step, half step. W, whole step, just another way to write tones and semitones. I'm just going to do every single one. It is the same thing. But just so you can see it all, right? Now, that corresponds, so this is all the same. Whole step, semitone, tone, whatever you use, right? But let's do a different scale just to prove it. So let's say we did the next one along in the circle of fifths. Let's do the key of G major. Now, G major has one sharp in it, that's an F sharp, but let's pretend we don't know that yet. Let's figure it out. So we're gonna start on G, okay? You can do this by whatever instrument you're playing too, just finding a note, following this process, and you'll get the same result. I'm just doing it on the whiteboard for theory purposes. Now, G sharp would be a semitone, or a half step in this case. We want to go the next over to get a whole step, which is two half steps put together, and we're going to get A. Another whole step, we get B. A half step from B, there's no B sharp, so we get C. Whole step, D. Probably blocking the whiteboard here, I know. Now, whole step, E. Now, check this one. We get a whole step, but there's no E sharp. So the first half step is going to be F, and then another half step after that is going to be our F sharp. And then a half step back to home. That's using the whole half method. Now, you'll notice key of G, and then there is our F sharp that we're looking for. So by using another method, I could have done the same tone, tone, semitone, started in a different position this time, and we got the notes we need to construct that major scale. Now, let's do this with our interval method. So minor second, major seconds, right? Minor second is simply just your semitone, and minor second is your tone, or in this case, your whole step, half step, whatever method you want to look at. So if we look at this tone, tone, well, that's going to be two major seconds, right? So we're going to get major second, semitone, half step, okay, minor second. That's your minor second, that little M. And then we get major second, major second, major second, and minor second. That's a better size. Okay, let's pick a different key. Let's pick F major. Let's go the other side of the circle of fifths. So that one's got one flat in it, and it's a B flat. I know that, but let's pretend I don't. So, okay, major second. This is probably one of the weirder ways to do it. It makes a lot of theoretical sense with intervals, but on the board, it looks a little funny, especially with my bad handwriting. It doesn't help, right? So Let's start on F. Let's figure it out. We don't know what's going on. So major second, which is 2 chromatic notes. So, okay, that's going to give us G, right? Let's get past F sharp. Another major second, we get A. Now, a minor second, so it's the next chromatic note, which is A sharp. In this case, because we've already written the letter A, we're going to use its enharmonic equivalent and say B flat. Cool? Now going on, B flat, we go to the next note, which would be B, and then B has no sharp, so we go straight to C. Then we go straight to D, straight to E, and a minor second, which brings us back home to F. So again, we've constructed another major scale. This time, however, we've started on F, and we've got a B flat in there. Now, I just want to show you something quickly. This just comes down to what they call musical spelling. If I wrote this, A sharp, and then went and played it, I'm going to play the same thing, but it doesn't look as pretty. You don't ever really want to see too many of this. You don't want to see A and A sharp because then you're missing the letter B. It's a little bit of a, just, you know how words are spelt different with different meanings. It's that kind of thing, yeah. It's just a musical equivalent to that. It just looks neater, it looks prettier, and it's easier for your brain to comprehend. So, okay, that's all those methods to build your major scale. Now, to do your minor scale, all you really have to do with these, people learn their new patterns, like people memorize tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, tone. That's probably the main one. I did it in the order of probably the one you'd see most to the one you'd see least. Now, to do your minors, right, you just have to identify, well, where's all your minor or relative minor equivalents for all these scales? It's the 6th position, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Then you can work your way the whole way through, but it's going to be all these. So the equivalent to C major is A minor. The equivalent to G major is E minor. The equivalent to F major is D minor. Now, if we take that method from here, and I'm just going to cut that off, say there. Now, the order is just the same, but starting on a different position. So we use our tone method. To find the minor scale, would be going tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. To find the minor from here, same thing, you're just going whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. Same thing here. So you're not really doing anything different, you're just starting in a different position of that learnt order. So I'd learn your major scale first and then go back through and tail all your minors. But I hope this helps. Once you understand how you're constructing a major scale, and it's just a set group of intervals for each major scale, it should make much more sense why you're getting the sharps and flats. I feel like that's just one of those little bridges that gets missed sometimes, and it's like, yeah, okay, I understand what I'm doing, understand why I'm doing it, but how did I get to that point? And hopefully this clears it up using your intervals and your tonal references. So enjoy, guys. Leave me some comments down below if you have any questions. I'm going to keep going with a couple of whiteboard series and just talk about keys and chord structures and things like that. It's just a good way to do it because this information is obviously applicable to any instrument. So yeah, thanks for that, guys. Have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions or anything in the comments down below. Thanks very much.